That's rule number one. Burp. Hey team, how you going today? It is Hannah here and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. I have just been at VidCon Australia meeting new people, and so I wanted to make a video partly to welcome everybody to the channel and also to let you guys know kind of what this place is about. So there are a few things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, maybe ground rules, sort of. I don't know, like the morals and ethics of what being part of this team who is involved in this channel in some way are, because these are things that I want you to hold me to, and I'm gonna hold you guys to them as well, because I want this little part of the internet to be a positive place where we can joke and laugh and be funny, but also at the same time be honest with ourselves about maybe our shortcomings and how we can better ourselves as people. And so I thought maybe I would make a list of things that hopefully I do and I think you should do in your life and with your interactions on the lines. So the first thing that you'll probably hear me say in a lot of videos is about growing and learning together as a team. I say that all of the time, and that is definitely what I want this to be. There are quite a few videos that I make on my Faking It series about how to be a better adult or how to change yourself, and I don't think that I am the be all and end all of knowing about how to be an adult, but I do have a little bit of experience and I like to share that with you guys, and I want you guys to always comment below and let me know what you think about the things that I have said and for it to be a discussion. So when I say growing and learning together, I mean that honestly, and I want this to be an open place where I'm not free from criticism, and neither is anybody else. That criticism doesn't mean that you as a person are no longer worthy, but that sometimes people make mistakes and say the wrong thing, and we can use that as an opportunity to better ourselves. So the first one of the rules, I guess, that I want to be sharing with you guys is that in life, not just when you're interacting with people on this channel, but you need to take ownership of your words and actions. So taking ownership means being aware of the way that you've affected other people and also reacting in a way that is appropriate to how they feel, because just because you didn't intend to hurt somebody else's feelings doesn't negate the fact that you did, and feeling bad about hurting somebody else's feelings is not the same thing as actually apologizing to them. You need to take responsibility for how you're making other people feel. The second thing that I want to make a really big deal on this channel is that we celebrate other people's successes. Just because somebody else has done something amazing similar to what you want to do doesn't mean that you can't also do that. Success is not a zero-sum game, so anytime somebody else does something really good, I think it's very important that we celebrate them and champion them on. Just because somebody else has done something that is really similar to what you want to do doesn't mean you can't also do that, and it's possible that they're blazing a trail for you, so you really want to celebrate what other people are doing. The next thing that I think is super important is don't be afraid of your own voice. I know there are a lot of people out there who want to tell you you're not allowed to talk about that, you need to show me the receipts before I believe that your opinion on that is valid, and I certainly don't mean put your face and opinion into places where it doesn't belong, but don't be afraid of your own voice. Don't let somebody else tell you that what you have to say doesn't matter, because if you need to say it out loud, then it matters to you and it might be changing somebody else, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be being honest with how you feel and what you have to say and what your opinions are. The next thing that I think everybody should think about in their lives, regardless of what you are doing with your life, and this is sort of more a generalized thing, this isn't every single interaction that you have because that can be really exhausting, but in general, what are you doing in your career or in your life that is changing people? How do you want people to be changed after they've interacted with you or what you're creating or the things that you're putting out into the world? What is it that you are doing that is going to alter somebody else's life, and how? And the last thing that I want to put out there as something to hold yourself to if you do want to be a part of this channel and be a part of this team, and please hold me accountable for this, and I'm going to try and hold you guys accountable for this as well, is that you need to live with intent. What that means is that everything that you do is a choice. Even if you feel like it isn't, even if you're like, oh, I just, you know, turned on autopilot today, it was your choice to not be engaged. No, I don't mean that everything that happens in your life is your choice, because that's totally unrealistic, and things happen to everybody that they don't like and that they aren't enjoying and that they can't avoid, and there are a lot of horrible things that happen. But what people can choose is how they react to it. And some days I choose to let myself cry and have a bad day, and that's okay. But then the next day I choose to get up and go, that's it, I'm going to throw myself into life 100% with my arms swinging. As long as you are conscious of what you are doing, you are living with a choice, because at the end of the day, you don't get to turn around and say, oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Whatever. You are accountable for how you act to other people, regardless of if you meant it or not. And this is really similar to the first point, so this is kind of a circle, but you need to live with intent, because that is the only way that you're going to get to the end of your life and be happy with the choices that you've made, is if you actually make them conscious choices. This wasn't supposed to be a faking it video. This was supposed to be like a welcome to my channel video, but I think that I want to create a place on the internet where people can have fun and be themselves, and certainly I do a lot of really silly videos, and that's a choice that I make to be really kind of weird and out there and strange and fail at DIYs, because I think that's funny. And also, I don't think it's sad to do 7 DIYs a year and fail at every single one of them. I think that that's okay. I'm good at other things, that's fine. But also I make videos on my Faking It series about like how to be an adult and how we can grow and learn together as a team and being better people overall, because that's also part of me. And so this video is kind of like a welcome to my channel. This is what it's like. Get used to it. Kind of, if you are on board, you're on board, and I'm happy with that. But I think be in something. If you want to be somewhere, be somewhere. If you want to be a part of something, be a part of something. And I don't want to make specific rules about how to do things, but I think that I don't know how to describe this. Like, the code of conduct of this team is to be accountable for yourself and live with intent, and everything that you do should be a positive thing. I mean, I have a heart tattooed on my hand, and I got that done to remember that everything that I do in life should be done with good intentions, because that way at least I can go to bed knowing that I've tried to do the right thing. Even if I end up hurting somebody along the way, I apologize for it, I learn, I change, and that will inform who I am later in life. But if I always try to do the right thing, and I always try to treat people the correct way, and some days the person that I am treating with love is myself, and some days the person that I'm treating with love is other people, and sometimes it's both. It's the best when it's both. I always want it to be both, but in certain situations it can't be, and that's what I want out of this channel. That's what I expect from myself, and what I want out of you guys, and what I hope that you're on board with. And yeah, just the realistic idea that not every day is perfect, and there are hard situations that we have to have discussions about. I don't know if this has made any sense. It's like 15 minutes of me being like, here's how to be a good person, and look at me. You think I know what I'm doing? You think I'm an adult? Not really. Not really. Allowing yourself to be a work in progress is soup's important, guys. Soup's important. Soup is important also. Actually, don't really like soup. Is that wrong of me to say? I actually really don't like soup. I think it's gross. I just think it's like thick cereal. It's like thick milk. Ugh. Nobody wants that. No, thank you. If you guys agree with anything I've said, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment below with what you think is the one kind of life motto, ethic, rule thing that you give yourself on how to get up every day. As I said, this is a channel about growing and learning, and I don't think that these things that I've said are the only way to live your life. I just think that they are good little tips and good little ideas that have helped me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do bring out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and click the notification bell if you want a carrier pigeon to come to your house and shit on you every time I upload. They can do that now. They do. They have that ability. Whatever. So the first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Joking. That's so hilarious. No one's ever made that joke before. Anyway, whatever. Welcome to my channel to the blah 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 blah. Or possums. Right, that's what's happening now.